everybody, my name is Melanie. I'm the owner of Lost and Found, and I love helping antique booth owners and other vintage resellers grow their businesses. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video today. As we wrap up the end of the year, I'm going to give you guys 4 things that you can do to set yourself up for success with your business in 2025. So I know this is a super busy time of the year and you may not want to be thinking about your business. You may want to just set it on the back burner and focus on the holidays. But right now at the end of the year is actually a great time to just take a small amount of focused time, maybe just one afternoon, head out, get a cup of coffee, and really sit down and give your business some intentional thought. I promise you're going to be really, really glad you did. You're going to be excited about starting 2025, and you're going to feel like you have a solid plan moving forward. All right, number 1 is you can commit to make a plan and work your goals next year in 2025. So not long ago, I learned about the system of making 12-week goals. I used to make goals that were like an entire year, like in 2025, I want to do this. And that has always felt kind of too big. And usually sometime by about March or April, I would forget about my goal and I would stop paying attention to it. So that's why I love the idea instead of breaking it down into smaller chunks. Don't make a goal for the entire year. Make a goal for 12 weeks. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to make 2 to 3 goals for January, February, and March. Okay, that chunk of time, the first 3 months of the year. After the first 3 months of the year, the first 12 weeks, what are 2 to 3 things that you want to have moved the needle in your business? Then for each one of those goals, I want you to list out another 2 to 4 things that you can do to help reach those goals. So for example, if one of your goals is you want to grow your Instagram account by say 1,000 followers, I do think it's helpful to put a number on something like that. Then you can break that down into 3 to 4 action steps. They can be that you're going to post to your stories every day. You're going to commit to do that. That you're going to set a timer for 15 minutes a day and you're going to go comment on other posts that are in your niche and reply to people's comments on your post. Maybe once a week, you're going to film some B-roll footage for Instagram Reels. And then 3 to 4 times a week, you're going to post a reel, okay? Those can be your action steps for that one specific goal. And then you know what? Here's what you do when it's time to work on your business. You just work those action steps for each one of your goals. You already know what you need to do to move the needle. You don't have to sit down and go, okay, I've got some extra time. What am I going to do to grow my business? You already know. You've already made a plan. If this booth business is not your full-time gig, maybe you have another full-time business, or maybe you're a mom and you've got kids at home, whatever. I want you to just block out your time, okay? Set aside a time each week that you're going to work on your business and then just work these action steps that you've put down. I promise you guys, this is going to make your progress so easy to see. You're going to have already these little bite-sized chunks of things that you can do. And in 12 weeks, you will have moved the needle in your business. And then after those 12 weeks, then you do it again, right? You can pick something new to work on. Or you can say, okay, well, I'm going to keep going with the same thing. So what this is going to do is it is going to help keep you motivated. You're going to have a plan. You're not going to be wasting time and spinning your wheels. And after 12 weeks, you're going to see some difference. And anytime we see difference in growth, that's when we're motivated to really put some work in and work harder. All right, number 2, I want you to evaluate your inventory and make adjustments. So we all have things that turn out to be duds, right? Things that just have sat for way too long. Maybe things we thought were going to be great, but didn't appeal to our customer base, or things that we bought just because they were cheap. Right now at the end of the year is a great time to look back over your inventory this year and to identify what are the duds. If you can give this just a few minutes of focused attention right now, you'll start to see a trend, and this will help you plan for the kind of purchases that you do need to make next year and that you don't need to make next year. Something else you can do is you can pull those duds out from your booth right now. Throw them into kind of one collection and toss them on Facebook Marketplace as an antique booth owner's clearance sale. That is not a long-term strategy for growth. You don't want to do that with your inventory all the time. But if you've got some stuff that just really hasn't moved, give that a try. Pull it out of your booth so you can have a fresh start for 2025. Get some of that money back in your pocket. then you can reinvest in better inventory at the start of next year. It's also important to take a minute and think about what trends maybe are on their way out. There are things that have been really big for a few years. Are those things changing in your area? You've just been buying these items over and over again because they were working, and have you paid attention? Maybe they've been slowing down. Again, just a little bit of time to give this some thought, to look over your inventory that you have, look at what's in your booth, what has been here for forever. That is gonna be telling. And then next year, I want you to commit to be more strategic with what you buy. Remembering these dud things, I want you to say, I'm not gonna go for those things anymore. If they're not a good fit for my customer base, if they're not a good fit for my brand, if they're kind of random and I just see other people selling them, maybe I'm not gonna buy them. Or I'm not gonna buy things just because they're cheap. We all do that. I did that this year myself. I bought things that I saw other people buying and I thought, oh, I'm gonna jump on that train, and guess what? I still have it sitting here. Commit next year to do better after you've spent some time identifying your duds. All right, before we move on to number 3 and 4, I gotta take a real quick pause and tell you about the sponsor of this video today. Teddy Blake reached out to me and offered me one of their beautiful bags. And y'all, I just couldn't say no. This is the absolutely gorgeous Kayla bag that they sent me. Again, right here, Teddy Blake, New York. Now I'm gonna be real honest and tell you, I'm not a luxury bag kind of gal. But when they offered me one, they just looked so beautiful. And I had to see kind of what the fuss was all about. And I'm gonna tell you guys, this bag is absolutely incredible. All of their bags are made of premium Italian leather, actually in Italy. I have an antique buying trip actually to London with a friend that I'm planning in March, and this is going to be my carry-on bag that I put my computer in and my water bottle and all that kind of stuff, and it's gonna look really chic on the plane, and I think it's gonna look great carrying it around London. So maybe you are a designer bag person, or maybe you would like to be, but you wanna try something with a little bit better price tag, then you should definitely go check out teddyblake.com. Right now, they're having a clearance sale with bags as low as $225. If you miss that, don't worry. I do have a discount code that I'll share with you. It's TB Lost Found Decor 30, and that will give you $30 off any bag on their website. Okay, number 3, you could consider adding another revenue stream to your business next year. So I actually have in my business currently 3 what I would call revenue rivers, right? And then each of those rivers is divided into a couple different revenue streams. I have online passive income, I have online physical product sales, and I have local physical product sales. And if you break down kind of this river of the online passive income, like I'm an affiliate for some companies that I make some affiliate money, I make some YouTube ad revenue, I make some ad revenue from my blog, I have some digital courses. I also have an online store where I sell physical products, and I have an Etsy shop. So even that kind of has 2 separate different revenue streams in it. And then locally, I have 2 booth spaces, and you can break that down even more in that I have my vintage and antique items that I sell, and then I have a line of furniture paint that I sell. So I know that sounds like a lot, but in reality, it's all under the same main umbrella of what I'm doing as a business. And it's all of these things together that pour into this pot at the end of the month that allow me to pay myself a regular paycheck. So after the year that I had, I'm convinced now more than ever that having multiple revenue streams is really the way to get yourself to a place where you can have regular stable income for your business. So this whole one revenue river over here of my local physical sales, I had to shut down unexpectedly in March when a tornado hit the mall where my booth was, and my mall closed down, several other malls around me closed down, and I didn't have any place to sell anything locally at all. If I did not have these other things going, I wouldn't have been able to pay myself all summer long. I was not able to move back into another space and sell physical products again until the start of November. So from May to November, I had to generate revenue other ways, and it was these things over here that kept me going. So maybe you only have 1 revenue stream right now. That's okay. I didn't have all of these when I started 12 years ago. They've grown over the course of 12 years. If you just have 1 right now, next year consider adding 1 more. If you only sell in a booth, maybe open another booth at another location, or open an Etsy store, try selling online, or maybe an eBay store. That's something you could do also. Or maybe you want to continue to sell your found items, your vintage items, but maybe you kind of want to also add a revenue stream of some wholesale items. Maybe you want to find, somebody that sells cute t-shirts. I did that for a while. I found a company that made t-shirts that were about picking and antiquing and painting furniture, and I sold those cute t-shirts for a while. That's kind of another revenue stream because it's a little bit different of a product. Maybe you want to sell a furniture paint line, right? That is another way that you can kind of diversify your income. If you want help for that specific aspect, learning how to shop wholesale, I do have a free how to get started in wholesale guide that I will put down in the description box. You guys can download it, and I'll also have it up here for you. So you don't have to go from one revenue stream to 8, but maybe just go for one more. And then if you go back to idea number 1, like that gives you another place to make a 12-week goal. Maybe the first 12 weeks of your year, you can make a goal to start implementing a second revenue stream in your business. I think if you're really trying to move to a place where you're looking for regular income, that's gonna be key for you going forward. The fourth thing that I think you should consider to set yourself up for success in 2025 is to pick one business resource that you're going to invest in so that you can learn. When I started my business almost 13 years ago, I had no idea what I was doing. I just wanted to sell some cool old stuff that I found. I didn't have kind of a mindset about how to manage my business, even how to market things, how to sell things, how to run my social media. I didn't know any of that. My motivation was there, but just the skills and the mindset was really lacking. So I've had to learn a lot over the course of these 13 years. I have purchased 4, possibly 5 different paid training courses that I have gone through that have been over a variety of topics, some social media, some online marketing, building an online store, a variety of things. I've also been in a couple different paid monthly coaching groups with business coaches. That is really where I was able to learn like the stuff that I needed to learn to kind of put a lot of this together. And I know a lot of that information is out there for free, that we talk about a lot of things here on this YouTube channel, and that's great. You can definitely supplement with, podcasts that people have and YouTube videos, but there's something about putting just a little bit of money on the line. And when you put money on the line, you are motivated to take action and to actually implement what you have learned. That's what I have learned. If I'm paying for something, then I do it. If I'm learning something for free, it's 50-50 that I'll ever do anything with it. So maybe that's just a book that you wanna buy. Maybe that's a coaching session that you wanna book with someone. Maybe it is an online course that you want to take. So whatever it is, I just wanna say that you and your business are worth investing in. However you can do that at whatever level you can do that. So a couple places right now that I am learning, some people that I'm learning from and getting some information from. Michelle Gifford on Instagram. She is a great Instagram tutor, how to grow your Instagram account. I'm also a big fan of Amy Porterfield. She does a lot of online marketing, specifically email marketing. Megan Williamson is fantastic when it comes to Pinterest. If you have an online store and you want to get your Pinterest account going, she's the place to go. Her coaching group is actually just great for just general online business, period. And then I will share myself in here. Also, I do offer one-on-one coaching sessions, and I also have my 4-week Booth Seller Bootcamp online course that is designed for people that are wanting to take their physical antique booth from a hobby to a business. So I'll be sure to share the links for those things down in the video description for all of those ladies that I shared and for the course that I have to offer. So that's it for me for 2024. This will be my last video until after the new year. I hope though that I was able to share at least one thing that you could take away to help you feel successful for the next year. I appreciate you guys so much being a part of this community. And so from my family to yours, we want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays.